Hey guys, Zach here, and today we're talking top 10 underrated slasher movies. So everyone knows about Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, and Halloween. When talking about slashers, those are the usual ones that get brought up. There's a reason for that, as they are some of the best slashers of all time, but there are a lot of good slashers that don't get talked about enough. And since slashers are my personal favorite subgenre of horror, today we're going to talk about my top 10 underrated slasher films. If you like talking horror, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any videos.
Oh, I'm a happy camper. I love the summer sun. I love the trees and forests. I'm always having fun.
Everyone brings up the first Sleepaway Camp when talking about slashers. Rightfully so, as it's very entertaining, and of course probably has the greatest twist ending ever. But honestly, I enjoy part 2 more. I think Angela is a lot more entertaining in this one, making jokes and great one-liners when killing the characters.
Let this be a lesson to you.
Please.
Say no to drugs.
The kills are creative and more entertaining than the kills in the first one, and overall, I think it's a more fun and better slasher movie.
It's party time, kiddies.
Similar to Sleepaway Camp, the first Slumber Party Massacre is a decently popular slasher and is an enjoyable film, but also, like Sleepaway Camp 2, I think the sequel is the more fun of the two movies. The main reason is the driller killer in this movie. His dance moves and songs he sings while going after the teens are so entertaining, even though they are extremely campy.
I say because let's blow. And when you say why, I say because let's blow.
He's kinda like a rock and roll Freddy Krueger, as he haunts the main character's dreams. The kills are decent, and the drill on the end of the guitar as the main weapon is just awesome. Overall, it's just a fun, entertaining slasher movie, so go watch it.
Welcome, children of the night!
So, the most recent movie on this list, Hellfest, is a movie that didn't make a lot of money, and a lot of people were disappointed by it. While it's not perfect, I thought it felt like an old school slasher that was just a fun watch. I love the theme park type setting. I think the kills are fun for the most part.
I can just do it.
The look of the killer is kinda generic, but it fits the movie and it doesn't ruin my enjoyment of the film. And as a plus, there's Tony Todd, which is always a good thing. This movie is just a sleazy, dark slasher. We follow the killer as the main character and watch as he kills various women and scalps them. His apartment is filled with mannequins that he puts the scalps on. It's definitely not as fun as some of the others on this list, but it's still an entertaining slasher. It's got good kills, good chase scenes, and an ending that I really enjoyed. Also, Tom Savini did the effects, so you know they are top notch. And Savini plays a character that gets his head blown off by a shotgun in probably the best kill of the movie. So, I found this movie on Shudder and decided to watch it randomly, and I'm glad I did. I think the setting and the characters being locked in the theater where they're practicing their play is awesome. I love the look of the killer with that big owl mask. I think it's a really terrifying mask. I think there are some good kills in this movie, and there are some intense moments. And I think it's one that more people should check out. This is one of the slashers that came out after Scream, like I Know What You Did Last Summer and Urban Legend and Valentine. And to me, it's probably my favorite of the bunch. I like the idea of the killer going after virgins, where most slashers have the virgin be the final girl. It's funny to watch the kids hold a big party just to have sex so that they're safe from the killer. It kind of flips the whole genre and the idea of the final girl and not having sex on its head. And I find it unique and interesting, especially in a time where a lot of the slasher movies were very repetitive. So, I only watched this one because the wrestler Kane was in it, and I'm a pro wrestling nerd, but it's actually a fun slasher. It's not anything groundbreaking, but I like the hotel setting. I think Jacob Goodnight is an intimidating villain. Also, there are some great kills, such as the cell phone down the throat. People getting their eyes plucked out is always nice. Overall, it's just an entertaining slasher movie, and you can't ask for more than that. For a PG slasher, Tourist Trap might be the creepiest movie on this list. The mannequins are terrifying, and the noises they make are also terrifying. The twist is pretty obvious with who the killer turns out to be, but the movie is fun and is one of the earliest slashers, so it doesn't take away anything from the movie. The kills are decent for being PG, but don't expect a lot of gore. There are some supernatural elements to this as well, with the killer using telekinesis. Overall, it's a creepy, entertaining slasher that should be watched.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
I did not expect this movie to be as fun as it was. A slasher with killer robots didn't sound that appealing to me, but once I gave it a chance, I was very glad I did. The mall setting is unique, and the killer robots are fun antagonists. You got great looking girls, topless Barbara Crampton, which is nice. You get some fun kills, including a head explosion. The line in Dead Meat's intro is from this movie, so for any Dead Meat fans, that's some cool trivia for you. Overall, this is a really fun, unique slasher that every horror fan should watch.
We need to stick together.
Everything's gonna be just fine. We have the good Lord with us, baby. The good Lord will protect us.
So, This movie might not be the most underrated slasher, but I put it at number 1 because I love this movie and I think it should be talked about more. This just feels like what a slasher should feel like. The swamp setting is great, and Victor Crowley is a great slasher villain. The cast is funny and entertaining. The kills are gory and extremely creative. You get nudity, gore, and great kills. What more could you want from a slasher?
Listen. We're alive. We made it.
Also, Kane Hodder plays Victor Crowley, so you get a horror icon in the movie. And speaking of horror icons, Robert Englund and Tony Todd also show up in this movie. Overall, Hatchet is a love letter to slasher fans and is one of the most entertaining slasher movies of all time. So, those are my top 10 underrated slasher films. Let me know what you guys think of my list, and let me know what your guys' underrated slasher movies are. Give me some slashers to check out. I might have already seen them all, but give them to me anyway. And with that, Zach has spoken.